Greetings. It's your girl B.A.Y.E Upcycle. This is hashtag We'll Be Talking. And we're finally up to chapter 5, which is vitamins. Everybody knows about vitamins, right? So we're actually only going to talk about vitamins from A to K today, because that's what's in the chapter. And it's just very short, very brief. So the question is, what are vitamins? Vitamins are organic substance that contain carbon and comes from living things. The body needs them to grow and to metabolize. And so the vitamins that we're talking about today is A, all of the B's, so there's 8 of the B's, C, D, E, and K. And it doesn't go into too much detail about each vitamin, but it does talk about 2 vitamins in detail, which is vitamin D. And the reason why it speaks about vitamin D, because vitamin D is what helps the bones grow, right? And with people who drink milk usually look for some vitamin D in milk, but we actually get vitamin D from the sun. Like the rays on our skin, it actually helps make the vitamin D in the body, right? And I don't know if a lot of people know that. I've known that for a while. There is a recommended dose of vitamin D that we should have daily. I am not an expert in that field, so I suggest that you go and do the research for yourself based off of your own personal needs and see how much vitamin D you would need for yourself. But it's very interesting, you know, because there is a concern about being a Muslim woman and being covered. And one thing we have that does allow us to be touched by the sun is the Quran states that to cover everything but the face, the hands, and the feet. And so I know culturally we have sisters that cover their face, they cover their hands, they cover their feet. And I'm not here to pick and choose between any of that. Everybody has their own practice, whatever they need to help them be good people and follow Allah, alhamdulillah. But I know for me personally, my hands, my face, my hands, I like tennis shoes, so it's usually just my face and my hands that get the vitamin D. And we also know that the sun rays also tan our skin color, and so our skin, most of us. So I was raised where we didn't use sunblock. There was no need for it. And every summer, you just knew like you were going to get a tan. And that's just, you know, what it is. I also have my own belief about sunblock and the chemicals in it mixing with the sun rays and causing skin cancer. So it's one of those things that I tried one time with my children because I thought I was doing the right thing, and my children still tanned. So after that one time, I was just like, I'm not doing this. This is dumb. It was supposed to block them from the sun rays, and they still tanned. So I just because of that, I never used sunscreen. And then as time went, I sat on the side where it does cause cancer. So, but back to vitamin D. So vitamin D, we actually get it from the sun rays, right? Just think about it. Or kind of like plants, right? In order for a plant to grow, you need water, which is part of our chapter 1. And we know that that is a macronutrient that our body needs, is water. You need soil to grow a plant, right? And some of the vitamins and stuff that we take can be found in soil. and we need sun. Vitamin D, that's what helps grow the bones. The other vitamin that they went into great detail was vitamin K. And I believe the reason why is because vitamin K helps the blood clot when it needs to. So think about if you have a nosebleed, right? The practices of nowadays is to pinch it. Right? And what it does, the pinching does, is because there's a tear, the cells know that there's a tear, and it knows that it needs to clot at that location where it's exiting out, so it clots and it stops the bleeding. So vitamin K is really important for us. If we get cut, it helps clot the blood to help heal, help stop us from losing our blood, and to start the process of healing in that area of injury. There's also two types of vitamins that it talks about, and that is FAT-SOLUBLE and water-soluble. So basically, A, D, E, and K dissolve in fat and can be stored in the body and used at a later time. And there's water-soluble, which is our B's and our C's, and they dissolve in water and push through our urine. Because they do that, those vitamins we need those daily. Like, we need to ingest those daily. Eat those very often because they are flushed out through the urine, which is why if you drink an energy drink and then you use the bathroom sometime later, your pee looks like it's glowing. It's all the B vitamin that is given to you for the energy. And it dissolves in the water and comes out in the urine. Therefore, you have glow-in-the-dark pee. Not really, but I'm just saying. So we also have enzymes in our body, which are special proteins in living things that control chemicals reactions. And some are helpers to the vitamins. And usually they're in the stomach area, but that's for a different video. And once those vitamins mix with those enzymes, they can be reused. That's why we don't need such large amounts of vitamins. We need only small amounts of vitamins on a daily, and it can be reused once it mixes with the enzymes and stuff in our body. Another thing it talked about was the liver. So the liver stores vitamins B12, A, D, E, and K, and it releases it when your diet is lacking. So if you're eating and your daily amount of vitamin, let's say B12, is needed, but you didn't get it, well, the liver stores it. If you have a proper diet and you're actually intaking these vitamins B12, A, D, E, and K, your liver is storing it. And so when you actually need it, the liver is pushing it out, so you can have a healthier immune system. You guys, that's pretty much it for this chapter on vitamins. The next one is minerals. They're, just very small little, this is what you need to know information. I really appreciate it. The next chapter is chapter 6, which is minerals, but I actually think I'm gonna do a recap of chapter 1 through 5 before we move on to chapter 6, maybe later today or tomorrow. I think it's really important to revisit the information that we've already learned, so that way we don't lose it, by the grace of God. All right, this is your girl, B.A.Y E, and until next time, peace.